Thousands of survivors from that apparent smuggling attempt are still in the hospital this morning. 9 are dead, at least 17 are recovering. There's so many questions like how were they able to get to San Antonio and what's going to happen to them if and when they recover. Joining us this morning, immigration and naturalization attorney Marisa Baldares Flores with more. So first off, what is their status right now? Are they detained? Are they arrested? Or does all of that happen after they get out of the hospital?
Right now, they are detained under ICE custody. They will be likely interviewed by federal authorities and used as witnesses against the driver of the vehicle. And once that process goes forward, they're going to be facing deportation proceedings.
And realistically, most will be deported back to from ever Central America, Mexico, wherever it is, won't they?
It's really going to depend on each situation, depending on why they were coming here, depending on if they've ever entered illegally or unlawfully into the country before and what their immigration records are. If they are coming here to claim asylum, they may be able to fight their case in immigration court.
Would they have any, let's say this truck is not stolen, it was a legitimate company. If it is a U.S. company, would they have legal options against that trucking company to sue them?
That is also a possibility. Any civil remedies that they may have as far as liability for any injuries that these people endured during this incident.
Even though they were breaking the law?
Well, they're two separate issues. Whether or not they were entering unlawfully and whether or not they were here unlawfully is going to be a possibly criminal and administrative issue in immigration court. And also there's a civil liability issue that this company that this driver worked for may be facing because of his actions that place these people in grave danger.
What happens to the bodies of the 9 men who died? Many times when these guys are smuggled over here or brought over here, the coyotes take their ID or they don't carry any ID. First of all, how are they identified? And if they're not identified, what happens to their bodies?
Hopefully, they do have IDs on them. I don't think we know enough at this time. The Mexican consulate is already involved, and the Mexican consulate is going to contact families back in their home country so they can coordinate getting their bodies home and they can have a proper burial. And whatever other countries that these individuals are from are going to do the same process with their consulates.
All right. Marisa Baldares Flores, immigration attorney, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.